Hello friends, this is Safa and welcome to Safa Edit of Info. In today's class, we are going to discuss about polynomials part 2. In our previous class means polynomials part 1, we discussed about its polynomials, what is meant by polynomial, types of polynomials, which degree is there and how many types of degrees are there, etc. Again we are going to revise that. So polynomial, what is meant by polynomial? Polynomial means the algebraic expression involving with variables with non-negative integral powers, it is called as polynomials. For example, 2x plus 3y. Now coming to types of polynomials. There are three types of polynomials, that is monomial, binomial, trinomial. Now monomial. Monomial means a polynomial containing one term is called as monomial, and binomial means a polynomial containing two terms, it is called as binomial. Trinomial means a polynomial containing three terms, it is called as trinomial. Now coming to degree of a monomial. So degree of a monomial, we know already monomial means one term and it will be in multiplication mode. So if we take sum of the variables, the sum of the exponents power is called as, exponents of variables power is called as degree of monomial. For example, 2xy is there. If we ask that what is the degree of that monomial, so we will tell 2, because x to the power of 1, anything to the power of 0 is 1. X to the power of 1 and y to the power of 1, it is in multiplication mode, so we are going to add. So 1 plus 1, 2. So the degree of the 2xy is 2. Now coming to degree of polynomial. Degree of polynomial means the highest power of the polynomial is called as degree of a polynomial. Now coming to constant polynomial. So constant polynomial means the polynomial degree is 0, then it is called as constant polynomial. And zero polynomial means the coefficient of a variable or a polynomial, if it is the 0, then it is called as zero polynomial. Zero of the polynomial means the polynomials, if it is equal to 0, then it is called as zero of the polynomial. Types of degrees. Now in the degrees, linear polynomial. Linear polynomial means if the polynomial's degree is 1, then it is called as linear polynomial. For example, 2x plus 3y. Now quadratic polynomial. So quadratic polynomial means if the polynomial's degree is 2, then it is called as quadratic polynomial. For example, 2x square plus 3y. Now coming to cubic polynomial. Cubic polynomial means the polynomial's degree is 3, that is called as cubic polynomial. Now coming to biquadratic polynomial. If the degree of a polynomial is 4, then it is called as biquadratic polynomial. For example, 2x to the power of 4 plus 5x square. Which is the greater one? 4 is the greater one. So it is a degree of the degree is 4. So it is a biquadratic polynomial. Now coming to our chapter polynomials part 2, that is equations. Today we are going to learn about equations. So in our previous class we discussed somewhat details about equation and expression. So if two expressions are connected by equality sign, then it is called an equation. So what is mean by equation? If two expressions mean, expression means it doesn't have an equal symbol. Two expressions. For example, here in example we have 8x plus 4y. So it doesn't have an equal symbol. Just don't consider the equal to 0. Consider only 8x plus 4y. In that we can see that we can see here, this is 8x plus 4y. This is called as expression. This is expression. and this is equation. I'll tell you detailedly what is mean by expression and what is mean by equation. So expression means it doesn't have an equal symbol. For example, 8x, not only 8x, we can take an example of 5y plus 8x. So in that, it doesn't have an equal symbol. Then it is called as expression. And equation means, if suppose two expressions. So it is telling that we have two expressions in that. What is that? 8x. Here we can take an example of 2y plus 8x plus 4y is equals to 0. So in that we are taking two expressions, not only two expressions or three expressions we are taking, and it is connecting by an equality symbol. It is having an equality symbol. That's why it is an equation. Suppose it doesn't have an equal symbol, then it is called as expression. Types of equation. Linear equation. Linear equation. In the name linear, one. We discussed in our previous class about linear polynomial. Linear polynomial means if the degree of an polynomial, if the degree of a polynomial is 1, then it is called as linear polynomial. Now here it given a twist, that is linear equation. There is polynomial and here equation. So if the degree of an equation is 1, then it is said to be a linear equation. So linear equation means the degree is 1. In the equation, if the degree is 1, then it is called as linear equation. For example, 5m minus 10 is equals to 20. In the m, a variable m, in that its power is 0. It is m to the power of 0. Anything to the power of 0 is 1. So m to the power of 1. So it is a linear equation. Not only this, 2x plus 5 is equals to 15. X degree is 1. 4y minus 12 is equals to 0. Y degree is 1. 3p plus 7 is equals to minus 5. P degree is 1. 6q is equals to 9. Q degree is 1. So the general form of linear equation in variable x is ax plus b is equals to 0, where a is not equal to 0. The general form of a linear equation in one variable is x is ax plus b is equals to 0. Means in a general form, of a linear equation, in a one variable means having only one variable in a value. If you take an example of ax plus b is equal to 0. Here it is written as ax plus b is equal to 0. In that x is one variable. Here only one variable is that. That is x. And here constants a and b are. Where a is not equal to 0. X is the variable. In one variable x is the one variable. And a is not equal to 0. It is not equal to 0. And the general form of a linear equation in two variables in x and y is ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. Where a is not equal to 0, b is not equal to 0. So what it is telling that in the linear equation which is having two variables, before it told that it is having one variable, then it is having one variable x and a is not equal to 0. And if it has two variables in x and y are the two variables in that in the equation ax plus by plus c, x and y are the variables, a is not equal to 0. It can be 2, 5, 6, anything. We don't know the value of that. And b is also not equal to 0. We don't know that value. For example, 2x plus 3y minus 4 is equals to 0. So here x and y are the variables and 2 and 3 is not equal to 0. The graph of a linear equation in two variables is always gives a straight line. So what it is telling that? So in the linear equation which is having two variables, If we take an example of xy, we are taking an example of 2x plus 3y minus 4. So in that, x and y are the two variables, and how it is written as? It is written as straight line. So what it is telling, that the graph of a linear equation in two variables always gives a straight line. So in the two variables which is having a linear equation having two variables, always gives a gives a straight line. Quadratic equation. If the degree of an equation is 2, then it is said to be quadratic equation. So quadratic equation, quadratic polynomial. So quadratic polynomial means if the degree of a polynomial is 2, then it is said to be a quadratic polynomial. So here they change as a equation. Quadratic equation means the degree is 2 in the equation. Degree of an equation is 2, then it is said to be a quadratic equation. Means the degree in the equation, the degree is 2 of a variable, then it is said to be a quadratic equation. The general form of a quadratic equation in x is ax square plus bx plus c is equals to 0, where a is equal to 0, b and c are constant. Now in the general form of a quadratic equation, so in the linear equation it told that ax plus bx is equals to 0, where a and b are not equal to 0. Like that he told. Here ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0, and a is not equal to 0, and here b and c are constant. For example, solve the following quadratic equation. He is telling that 3x square minus 5x plus 2 is equal to 0, and 4x square is equal to 4x minus 1. X square plus 5 plus 2x is equal to 0. This is the quadratic equation. Some examples. Here you can observe that 3x square minus 5x plus 2. Here it is considering the highest degree of an equation. So 2 is the highest degree of an equation. That's why it is called as quadratic equation. Suppose here in place of 3x square, it is written as 3x only. Then it is said to be a linear equation. The graph of a quadratic expression is a parabola. In linear equation it told that the two variables, the linear equation is always gives a straight line. Here it is telling quadratic expression, friends. Expression, if you take a 2x square plus 3y square is equals to is not there, because it is an expression. So it is a parabola, it seems. Division algorithm. If f of x into g of x are two non-zero polynomials, then three exist polynomials q of x and r of x uniquely, such that f of x is equals to q of x into r of x, q of x into g of x plus r of x, where r of x is equals to 0, or degree r of x is lesser than the degree g of x. So here in division algorithm, this is most important for the inter students. In if f of x and g of x are two non-zero polynomials. Non-zero polynomials. Zero polynomials means the coefficients are 0. And here non-zero polynomials, the coefficients are not 0. So here f of x and g of x are the two polynomials, non-zero polynomials. And remaining polynomials are q of x and r of x. And they are unique. Such that f of x, we have a formula to solve this division algorithm, that is f of x is equals to q of x into g of x plus r of x, where r of x is 0 or degree r of x is lesser than degree g of x. So they are telling that r of x is equal to 0, and or we can also tell as the degree of the r of x is lesser than the degree of the g of x. G of x degree is greater than the degree of the r of x, it seems. And when we are solving this division algorithm, we will have a doubt that why we will solve, why we'll take this exam, means why we'll take this formula to solve. So we want to, if we want to check that division algorithm, then we can solve, we can use this formula. If you're thinking that this division algorithm is wrong, then we can use this formula. F of x means dividend, q of x means divisor, g of x means coefficient, plus r of x means remainder. We can use this, suppose if we take an example of 2x square plus 3x square minus 4y is divided by x minus 2. If we want to if we got the coefficient, if we want to check, then we can use this formula. Thank you friends. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel.